Guys, before we get started, I want to show you just one thing. It's Friday, December 17th, right here. You can see it. And they're still desperately trying to unload these Hess toy planes. Unbelievable but true. They are sending out emails almost every single day. They sure screwed up big this year. I just wanted to put this little update in my video to piggyback off the video I made the other day about the Hess toy trucks not selling. Never in my entire Hess toy truck collecting life have I seen them so desperate to get rid of these things. It's December 17th and they still got them. Maybe next year they'll put somebody in charge who actually knows what he's doing. Let's get back to the video now. Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. It is Friday, December 17th, 2021. Welcome to another eBay video. We're going to talk about yesterday's eBay seller check-in, as well as a few other eBay topics I want to cover. But I wanted everybody to see that, once again, it's cloudy out. And this is very important because yesterday I showed proof to John, to Archie, to Robert, and several others that my iPhone was predicting today was going to be a totally sunny day. John was buying into it, and I said, John, don't go by the iPhone, go by me. I predict the weather better. It's cloudy here every day of the week, just about. And it looks like I can predict better weather than the iPhone. All right, guys, let's get right into this. I let off with that little clip about the Hess toy trucks not selling because I think it's freaking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Whoever is the decision maker for the Hess company should immediately be put out of a job. I don't know, man. Sometimes I scratch my head in disbelief. First, I want to read some of your comments, questions, and concerns about my last few videos. Andreas D. Greek wrote, and this is regarding my exploration video. Wow, many memories there. My pop used to have the coffee shop in Harlem. In the 80s, I would go to work with him. On the way there, we would stop by the water. He would turn off onto a dirt road right next to a cement company that was on the water's edge. Is the cement company still there? No, sir, it is not. But I know exactly the cement company that you're talking about. It used to have blue trucks with red, blue, and yellow balls painted on them. I know exactly the company you mean. Lefty Lou wrote, maybe someday you can go over to the Bronx and take pictures of Precinct 53 and Car 54 and show us what they look like today if you can find them. And remember, grease for peace. Thanks a whole lot. Lefty Lou, there never was a 53rd precinct. That was a fictitious number. In the Bronx, the highest precinct number is the 52nd. Mr. Bing 70 wrote, that looks like an old light pole. Joe, they closed the staircases up because there were muggings on the stairwell. Well, if you saw the way they designed that stairwell with the iron railing on both sides and a very narrow staircase, I'm not surprised there were muggings. Again, whoever designed that didn't do a very good job. It used to be safer the old way. It was totally exposed on the sides. It was only waist high, the railing. Vicky Gagan wrote, Joe, those trolley poles are for telegraph wires, also known as telegraph poles. The poles in the picture were used as a feed point for the overhead wires for the old New York City Red Hook trolleys. They were electric and got their power from a red hook on their roof. They're not as rare as you think. Maybe in New York City they are. In my area, there are quite a few still standing along the railroad tracks. The object you saw might have been a signal light. The light could have been used to tell the trolley to stop or slow down, depending on what color the light is, like a traffic light. The railroad bridge in the video was designed by my next-door neighbor's uncle. Her grandfather was the construction foreman on the job. And the last comment is from Brendan Cook regarding Hess toy trucks. Quality is usually a 10 out of 10 with Hess. This year, it's a 7 out of 10 at best. Definitely not getting the next drop. Brandon, you're being generous, I think. I could sit here for half an hour and go on and on about how this was such a big fail with the Hess toy truck this year, but I'm not going to. I talked about it enough the other day. Let's get right into the eBay seller check-in. So, last night was the eBay seller check-in. And I was happy that I could interact with many of you guys. I'd like to thank some of the guys that did show up. There was Archie, there was John, Robert, Ben, Cindy's husband, whose name I didn't get because the name said Cindy, and several other people. It was great to meet all of you and interact with you on the video. The eBay seller check-in covered several points. I'm only going to cover some of the ones that I think were the most important. All right, let's start off with some good news. They're increasing advertising. They showed us a sample advertisement of what they're running right now for eBay Motors. And there were several people that wrote in that said that they actually saw these eBay Motors ads during football games, during the NFL. And I think that's great because those are the people we want to reach. Those are the kind of people that will spend in eBay Motors. So big thumbs up for that. They also touched on shipping delays as it's regarded to the states that were affected by the bad tornado earlier in the week, including Kentucky and the surrounding states. eBay said they will protect sellers from late shipment defects and that kind of thing. And I have in the past noticed eBay's been very good about protecting us with late shipment defects because I firsthand have experienced it with so many storms that we have, just one after the other. So I've never had a problem with late shipment defects in my 22 years on eBay. Later on in the eBay seller check-in, Jordan Sweetnam came out and he addressed us meaning us sellers. And not only did he talk about certain situations and the current trend of eBay, but he was also answering our questions in the live chat. And you guys who were there last night know what I'm talking about. And he even addressed me personally and addressed one of my comments that I wrote in. And I talked about how in eBay Motors, we get more returns than most other eBay categories because people don't know their wheel size. And eBay has said that they're going to institute additional seller protections for when buyers open item not as described cases that are fraudulent in nature. Let me explain one if I may, because I just got one the other day. I'm selling some alloy wheel center caps, silver color, and it clearly says painted silver. You can buy 1, 2, 3. A buyer manually changed the quantity to 4. Got the items, opened a false item not as described case, just so he wouldn't have to pay the return shipping back. And he stated, they looked like they were chrome in the picture. I need them in chrome, but it clearly says in my listing painted silver. So this is a good example of the way we're going to be covered a little bit better in the future. So what I'm going to do with this cat right now, I'm waiting till I get the items back. All right? Number one, he's not getting his original shipping back. Let's just say it was $80 for the caps, and let's just say it was $15 shipping, okay? He's not getting that $15 back, and I'm going to deduct an additional $15 for the shipping back, plus the eBay fees, all right? And that's what he's getting back. Now, what's going to happen after that? 2 things. Number one, he'll probably open a case against me because he didn't get his full money back. That's where eBay steps in. And they're going to probably give him the rest of his money back, but that's coming out of their pocket. Now, if he leaves me a negative feedback, I'm not even slightly concerned because it clearly says in my listing that they have the painted finish. And when eBay looks at that and see his message that he thought they were chrome or they looked chrome in the picture, that's clearly buyer remorse. Now, what does concern me is bad buyers. I read a little snippet online that was posted in one of the eBay UK sites, and where eBay UK said they were going to start monitoring bad buyers more closely. For instance, when we click the Report a Buyer tab, now we all know in the past that has done nothing. In fact, Dennis Copper always says, picture it leading to a wire, and on the edge of the wire there is no connection. It's just a loose wire there. Well, that's the way it's always been, and I have to agree with him. I always click the Report a Buyer tab just in the small chance it's going to do some good, even though it probably doesn't. But I do hope eBay will move in and start taking action against these bad buyers because they are beginning to proliferate the site. Somebody wrote in the other day in a Facebook group making a complaint. They ran into a bad buyer and the buyer has physically threatened them. Like, I'm going to kick your butt or I'm going to come there and do damage to you. And the buyer was complaining that they cannot block the messages from this abusive person. And they are correct. You cannot. I've been abused by so many, I'm going to use a little bit of a nasty term here, sorry, scumbags. Because a scumbag and a buyer are two different things. But I've been abused by so many over the years, and eBay has done nothing. Nothing to them. Do you realize that it's against the law? You could go to jail for physically threatening somebody, except if you're on eBay. Nothing happens. Now, eBay says in the blurb that I read that they're going to crack down on that, but we'll just see if they're going to or not. I think it's serious, and I think they should crack down on it. And I wrote into that person who posted, and I said, listen, I've been through all this. I said, I've been selling on eBay for 22 years, and nothing's ever been done. Maybe in the future they will. We can only hope. Sales are starting to actually come back. I'm very happy. My sales were up this week from the last month, which was one of my slowest months ever. But this week I was quite happy with my sales. I have no complaints about that. I didn't have any cancellations, thankfully, knock wood, but I'm not accepting any if they do come. I did have a few returns. One guy was honest, saying he bought the wrong size. You know, what are you going to do? But the other guy filed a false item not as described claim, and we'll talk more about him when that case plays out. It'll be at least a week or two yet. Next thing I want to do is something I promised somebody I would do. I got in the mail from Shirley, one of my subscribers, my one and only Christmas present 2021. I would say this is a good year for me because I usually average between 0 and 1 present per year. However, now you're going to say, oh my God, Christ, that's terrible, Joe. Not really. Because conversely, I don't have to buy anything either. So yeah, I win. In one way, maybe I lose in the other. But I did promise to open this live on camera. I'm going to do that right now. This will be opened live. I'm opening the box. The box is opened. Oh my gosh, I see what it is. I love it. I love it. A Hess toy truck miniature. An excellent gift. Shirley, thank you for this. This is an actual Hess toy truck. A truck. All right? It's the miniature version. I don't have any of the miniatures. So this is a good present. I'm very happy to get it. Thank you, Shirley. I don't even know what... I don't want this to get into a Hess toy truck bashing fest, but it could easily do that. So let me stop. And let me take a drink from the ceremonial Fox News Cup of Life. This is the ceremonial Fox News Cup of Life. Happy is he who drinks from it. Guys, I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'm going to take it easy on you today. I didn't really talk all that much about the seller check-in because there really was not a lot of material covered, not a lot of new material. I think I basically touched on all the highlights. And once again, I thank all those guys who showed up and came into my room. I had a good time with you. And yeah, and later on, Brian Burke stepped into the room. If any of you guys left the presentation early, Brian Burke came into my room and thanked me for hosting the eBay Motors chat, and thanked me for putting out eBay videos and all that. And that was real nice of him, and nice of Jordan to acknowledge me as well. So, guys, I will see you next week, next Friday night, right here on the Crazy New York Driver Show. Remember, I'm Crazy New York Driver and you're not. Every Friday night, I make these videos to try and help you stay successful on eBay. If you think I'm doing a good job, please give me a thumbs up. It tells me I'm on point and appreciated. If you don't think I did a good job, tell me in the comments you want me to hit up next week, and I'll try my best to do so. Remember, I'm a seller friend, not a seller critic or skeptic of any kind. I've solved a lot of problems. I'm still making money online. I've never worn a mask on any of my videos, and I never will. I've never distorted my voice on a video. I feel that's dishonest and unscrupulous. So heck yeah, I'm a CEO and a CFO of my own company. So that being said, man, go out, make a ton of money on eBay, rock on, and peace! I have really nothing else to tell you in the epilogue, except I'm getting behind schedule. 3:58 p.m. right now on December 17th. I got to edit this really quickly. Well, actually, I'm not going to edit anything. I'm putting it up uncut because this is my new style, Joey Uncut. That doesn't sound right. That has a very bad misnomer to it. But anyway, see you. Oh, wait a minute. Don't be bitchy!